So this is we're gonna do a little track by track breakdown. I
Yeah.
really just want to talk about these songs. Like I just want to
Yeah.
I'm curious to like pick your brain on like what you were thinking while we were recording all these things. I should say like I should preface it with so we did I had like 25, 30 songs written
Mhm.
over the course of like 6 months to a year. And I would like kind of make demos and stuff. Um, but I was used to playing everything and recording everything like here in my own setup. And this time around, I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to like relieve myself of those duties. And I knew I had like a specific kind of like it's hard to label, but I guess it would be like 70s inspired, but also just like I felt like a lot of my music was very complicated sonically. There was like I was trying to like push the boundaries and like put different instruments together. And this time I was inspired by just like let me write songs with just a band in mind. Just drums, guitar, bass, keys, whatever like traditional band setup is possible. Let me try and focus on that. And I wrote like 25 to 30 songs with that in mind. And then I hit you up because I had listened to your stuff, like your solo stuff and all the stuff that you've been producing. And I just thought, like, you have the best drum sound ever. Like, you have such a good, like, that dry, fat, like, and you have room to play with the how dry and how fat the drums are. But, like, I just wanted that. And then also, like, you just have such a good feel when all the instruments are combined because you play bass, you play guitar, you play drums on all these. So uh, you just have a good glue. And so I hit you up thinking like I was subletting an apartment in New York, and I was like, oh, I should just like hit up Yanni, like see what happens. And I remember we were talking, you were like, well, we could do one song as like a trial run and see how it goes. And I was there for like 2.5, 3 weeks in New York, and I didn't even plan on doing a record like at all, and then it just happened.
Yeah, that's right.
We did 10 songs, and eight of them I like, you know, eight of them to completion, and no, seven of them to completion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, seven
There are three left over.
from
Yeah,
this
yeah.
batch. And then you
So
did that.
yeah, on Chaseland, the only one that we didn't do together is Finally Lonely, which I did in Pawtucket with my friend Mikael and Seth Manchester over at Machines with Magnets. But yeah, seven of them were done, and I it was such um, a really nice realization of just like letting go works. Don't go into it with like too many expectations because I think this I'm just so happy with how this music came out.
Yeah, me too. Also, I just looking back on that time, I think I throughout the mixing process, it's easy to start getting too into it and listening to the same thing. But I remember just we just we were so quick with how
Yeah,
we were working. We didn't question anything. We're like, oh, guitar part, easy.
yeah.
Couple takes. Yeah, it was just whatever. We just did everything without thinking too much, and we got a lot done in a very short amount of time, and it didn't feel rushed.
No, first thought, best thought. And I think like that it helps when I like um if you have like all of the options of sounds and instruments, like that can be really overwhelming.
Oh
But
yeah.
here it was like just get the band, like a nice acoustic version of these songs, and it's like just get the best take.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was really like streamlined. So I was
Yeah. And I have such limited options in that space. It's first of all, it's tiny.
I wish you
Second of
were
all,
in the space right now. I wish
I know, I wish I
I
was
like
too.
I'll put a photo of the I'll like
I
grab
know.
some pics of your studio. It's tiny. Well, I mean, it's not even that tiny, but like it's
It was cozy.
it's cozy. Yeah. Like you can fit a
Yeah.
drum set, you can, and it's like it's
It's
narrow.
7.5 feet by 16 feet.
Your
Um,
spaceship. That's
yeah,
like your
yeah. And we only had, there's only one drum set, one snare
yeah,
sound. Like that's all you get.
your drum sounds so good.
And yeah, and also, I think we like a lot of the sounds are just manipulating what we have available.
Yeah.
And what's nice is there's this consistency throughout the record because it's just
Same
that's
instruments.
it's the same instruments,
Yeah.
but really different arrangements and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, for me, like the a huge inspiration for this record was like the 70s singer-songwriter thing,
Mhm.
and a lot of the solo Beatle records, specifically Paul. I mean, like
Yeah.
Paul's my guy. I think we
Yeah, I think me
reference him a
too.
lot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And
I think that's
also,
also why I went with like I wanted to have your help with this too, because I think we both share like a mutual appreciation. I mean, just a gigantic appreciation for anything Beatles.
yeah, exactly. And there's also, I remember you sent me that Marvin Gaye record too.
Yeah. Oh,
I forget what it's called.
is it What's Going On or was it a different one?
No, it's like that. This was like one of the first things you sent
Oh
me when we
no,
started talking.
it was Al Green.
Was it? Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry.
Uh
Yeah.
that oh man,
Yeah.
that Al Green record. It's the one where his he like it's his first dip into like spiritual music for him after he had like a traumatic life incident. But
Right, right, right.
I remember exactly where I was when I first heard that record. What's the name of the record? All in All? It has All in All on it.
Yeah.
The Bell album. That's it. I
Right,
love that.
right.
That was a
Yeah.
huge inspiration for me.
And I
Was
think I
the
think
Bell
we
album.
listened to like a couple tracks off that and just the instrumentation. Um, and
Yeah,
I think that was something that stuck with me from the beginning.
definitely.
Um, yeah.
Dry 70s
Yeah.
sound, but with I love the combination, and I think I like kept talking about it while we were recording. Something about the combination of an acoustic guitar with an
Yeah.
electric piano, like
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. And
because it
actually
just
I think that was like a lot of the songs have that.
yeah, I think most of them have that. And
Yeah.
and I have a Rhodes here, um, but we used your Whirly for like pretty much all of it. I don't even know if we
We
touched the
didn't touch
Rhodes.
we didn't touch the roads.
I
We
love the
used the
Whirly.
whirly on I'm pretty sure we tracked every song, me and you. Like I think you were either playing the whirly
Yeah,
or the ace tone.
yeah. I think it was exclusively the Whirly, and
Yeah.
then the Ace Tone came in, and then you have the clavinet and stuff,
Yeah.
which we'll get into. But yeah,
We'll get into that, yeah.
that combination of electric piano, specifically the Whirly and the acoustic guitar, which I think like was huge on that Bell album.
Hmm.
I just love it. It's such a nice blend of like the organic with the soft metal. It's nice.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like being really deliberate about like the materials I use too. I think that that is something I've like grown into more with my music and arranging is like thinking of like wood, like the clarinet is wood
Hmm.
versus, the electric guitar is more like a metal based kind of thing. I like thinking of it like that too.
Oh, that's really cool. I never heard that.
I think
I
that's
like
why I
it.
use the clarinet so much on this too, is because it was like more than the saxophone,
Hmm.
because the saxophone is brass.
Hmm.
Um, and
Yeah,
I
there's
like
only a
the
couple songs on here with saxophone, right?
yeah, there's way more clarinet than there is
Yeah.
saxophone. Just because I wanted that like there's like an earthiness to it that I really like.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, this one that I have pulled up right here,
Yeah, this is tonight.
this is tonight. This one doesn't have um any woodwinds at all, but we do have we do have acoustic guitar.
Hmm.
we got do we have any? No, we don't have Whirly, but
This
we do have
piano.
piano. We have, and this is your piano at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
Um,
we did here was we tracked what so tonight is actually a song that is on my a release from 5 years ago uh from Provisional Pop Songs. And it was a song that I've been working on for like 5 years now. I actually wrote this song the same day I wrote Paradise, which is on Onion. I wrote them in the
oh,
same
really?
day. I remember that because I was at school and they kind of have a similar vibe and like similar groove, just like that nice beat to it. But that one I finished, Paradise I finished, but this one I just like I have so many versions of this song. I just couldn't figure out the lyrics. The lyrics are always the hard part for me. They're
Oh, okay.
they I have a hard time with finding lyrics, so it took me a while. So
Yeah.
we recorded this. We did the guitars, we did the bass, we did the drums, we did the percussion all at your studio. And then
Hmm.
and this is the case with all of the songs. So we
Hmm.
did that there for the most part, plus, like the organs. And then I brought all the things back and I recorded the piano, the electric guitars, and the vocals and the winds all at my home studio. So it was kind of like a Frankensteining of the
Hmm.
home studio thing.
And then you sent them back to me, and we had to figure out all the vary speed,
Yeah, that
which
was
was,
another
oh
thing.
my
We
God,
very sped everything.
that was my nightmare to deal with,
Yeah,
and it was my own fault.
my computer can't even handle it.
The
It
vary
can
speed.
it can vary speed going down, but it has such a hard time going up.
Yeah.
It just like yeah, it dies.
Yeah, I think that was one thing that we did a lot, and on almost every song. And I think that was I love doing that.
Me too.
It just like maybe it's the thing where you get so used to hearing it one way when you're making it that when you flip it up or down, it just gives you like a fresh perspective on it. But
Yeah.
for me, it also just brings everything together in a cool way.
I
When you,
love vary speeding for I actually have this app. Did I show you the app? I teach privately and I show everyone this app. Amazing Slowdowner. Do you have that?
oh yeah, yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't
The
have it.
best app. I use it for
Yeah.
practicing. I use it for uh I love it in the like demo making or songwriting process
Hmm.
because I feel like vary speeding gives it an othering quality that like for me if I am not insecure or like self-conscious about a performance or an
Yeah.
idea, I've changed the pitch and the speed of it so
Hmm.
that it gives me like an unbiased approach to it. It sounds like someone else is singing. So
Yeah.
then I can be like, oh, and then it also works if I've listened to something a lot,
Hmm.
changing the speed of it
Yeah,
gets
fresh
rid of
ears.
that bias. Yeah. And it helps with mixing, it helps with so many things. I love it.
Yeah.
So we very
Yeah.
sped every song up.
I think every single song.
And you can hear it
Yeah,
in
are
my
they all?
voice too.
That's right, yeah. Because
They're like slightly pitched, which I thought gave it like a cool, like psychedelic. It others it a little bit for me at least.
yeah. Should we jump into breaking this down?
Yeah, let's do it. It's great.
Working?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Sweet. All right.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's get into this. So this is tonight.
This is
Yeah,
tonight.
I wanted I think we should just like let because I want to isolate some tracks too. I think let's just like I want to listen to it just like a bunch. I'd love to like listen to different versions of each song too.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
So let's do it without the vocals. Let's do
Yeah, you want to hear the instrumental?
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
What is just the drums? Woo!
This is just the drums.
Are you kidding me?
And then we added this is actually the first time I've done this, and I've really liked the result, so I've done it ever since on a few other things, but I added this. Remember that?
Yes, like that box.
Just with a brush. And then on the same box, I think we added this guy.
Yep.
So all together,
so good.
yeah. So that's what's going on the verses. Later on, once we get to the bridge, remember that drum machine?
Yep.
And then yeah, we should probably also talk about what's happening on the breakdown.
Yeah. So it's like that classic like Phil Spector kind of boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. My video is like glitching right now. Am I glitching on the
Yeah. It looks
man,
cool though.
what's up with that? Trippy. What's happening? It's like yeah, play that part. That's like that Phil Spector thing.
Here's that isolated. Here we go.
Classic. Woo!
Back into a verse. And then,
What
yeah.
what reverb did you put on all that stuff?
Let's see.
Is it
On that bongo, I think that's the most reverbed
yeah,
out one. The fake
yeah.
bongo.
What is
Let's
that?
see.
Like a plate? What's or a hall?
Because I have it going to two things here. Oh wait, Capitol Chambers is one.
Is that
And then
room reverb? What is that?
it's a chamber. Yeah, this is
It's beautiful.
yeah. Um and then I have it going to a little echo.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, and I think yeah, on the drums we got a little bit of an EMT plate.
Mm,
So they're not actually totally dry.
yeah. No, it's beautiful.
And this is something I noticed. I was listening to a lot of like early 70s recordings where you'd think your overall impression is that it's really dry. But
Yeah.
if you actually break it down, like I think I found like the drums to some John Lennon tune off Imagine,
Hmm.
and I'm like, hang on. If I had to just think of that tune in my head, I'd say everything's dry.
Yeah.
And even listening to it all together, you wouldn't hear the reverb, but there's actually this long reverb on the drums that's really subtle. Um,
Yeah, you just don't pay attention to it. Like it gives off the
yeah.
illusion. I actually saw some audio engineer talking about that on TikTok, where like, when an artist wants dry, like
Mhm.
it doesn't necessarily mean nothing, you know?
Right. Right.
I think I know is it the drum track for like I think it's God or
Oh, what song was it? It was
I know exactly the one you're talking about.
I think it's How Do You Sleep at Night or something.
I sampled that drums for a song off Onion.
Really?
Yeah, I think I
Oh, that's
found
so
like
cool.
yeah. I was gonna find it, but yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's such a I'm so glad that exists out there because
Yeah. Well,
it's a really good drum sound.
is there tape delay on that on those drums too? I feel like there is like a
Let's
slap or
see.
something.
I got this.
There's like a time. Oh, you put that on everything.
Right, yeah, that's my
Not to give away your secrets, but
oh, that's okay. I didn't come up with it. Yeah,
it like
I love the
what
yeah, so
does it
this is
do?
so I use the Logic tape delay as a saturation. And
Yeah.
only I don't even use it as a delay. So I put the delay time at 0. Um and the dry is all the way down. So it's actually yeah, this is just like going through the their tape delay as in like a preamp or just running it through without any delay and just getting like this saturation. It cuts a bit of high end, but you can add it back.
What is
I've
can you A B it like on and off?
yeah, of course. Yeah. Here's on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gives a little warmth.
Yeah, I mean
Um
definitely cuts the highs off and it adds a one. I mean, I honestly feel like you put that on everything. Like, do you put that on
I
the
think
guitars too?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was going through I think when we did this, I think I just discovered this, so it was kind of one of those things where I just try it on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of I like it a lot. Did I do it on these guitars? I remember. Oh, you know what? In the mixing process, I think I took it off a few things because it was getting like a little too dark.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think I'd sometimes have like three in a row,
Mm.
which was ridiculous. But it sounded really cool.
But it works
I
differently than an EQ, right? I mean, it's not just taking off the high
yeah,
end.
I think it's adding some saturation too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, it's not just cutting the highs. I think that's the most obvious thing that it does.
Yeah.
But it also yeah, it you know what? I remember putting three of those in a row on a clavinet and thinking that it just sounded immediately like Stevie Wonder's like
Mm.
isolated tracks. Like
Yeah.
because I think putting like playing a clavinet DI into like with nothing else on it sounds really boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It needs like
but
a dirtiness to it or something like
yeah,
that.
it needs like a little yeah, it needs some dirt. So
Definitely.
yeah. But yeah, that's what we got for the drums.
Yeah. Can you play it all together? Oh yeah.
I think what's funny, I think the ride cymbal is coming from the toms.
Yeah. That's funny. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
it's really funny. Yeah.
Can we do just well, is there anything else you want to talk about with the drums? I'm trying to
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't think we need to break down. This is what the snare sounds
Yeah,
like on
yeah.
its own. Unless
But
you
you
want to. We can go there if you want,
but you
but
have how many mics do you have? You have one, two, three, four, five,
we
six, seven.
used 7 on the drums. Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing kick snare, 57 on the snare, a little cheap pencil condenser underneath. The toms are these EV mics, the 635As, which are actually they're omni-directional.
Hmm,
Um,
cool.
so they actually pick up a lot of the kit as
Yeah.
well. And then I have this weird mismatched overhead situation where the left overhead is over the hi-hat is a ribbon mic and the right overhead's a condenser.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, it shouldn't work, but these are the overheads. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sounds fine.
Yeah, it
I
sounds great.
I I I hate really bright hi-hats.
Me too.
Um, and that was that was my solution for that, was put a dark mic over the hi-hats. And I also I have them really, it's a bummer I'm not in the studio right now, but I have them rejecting I'm using like but both of them, like the condenser and the ribbon mic that I'm using as overheads, are in figure eight. So they're really rejecting whatever, like I have them, like the hi-hat mic overhead is rejecting the other side of the kit with the ride cymbal. And
Oh
the same
wow.
thing's happening with the condenser, so that it picks up as little of each as possible. So you
Wow.
can really isolate them.
Now, how much of the like hi-hat is being picked up in the snare mics?
I think probably a good amount.
Because that's what issue I have. That's pretty good.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's an issue that I have is
I mean, there's a bit in the toms, but it's mostly coming from
yeah that ribbon,
the ribbon.
and then adding on like the percussion that we have kind of covers
Right.
the hi-hat a lot too.
Yeah, it really softens it
Definitely.
because yeah, I could do this.
Yeah, I like the rooms. That's so
Yeah.
nice. Oh, it's such a good feel. It's just like you could just listen to these on their own. It just is such a satisfying groove.
Yeah, I've been that brush was a really fun
Yeah,
discovery. And this is the song I've I found that on.
sick.
Um
Just that little box.
yeah, just that little box.
And then on the other side, you're doing. It was that the same
Yeah,
box?
it's the
Yeah,
same box.
love it.
And that
You're
by
like
itself.
knocking. You're like knocking on the door. Love it.
All the sound is coming from the
Woo!
reverb.
What is that groove too? What is that thing?
Oh, that's our drum
That's the
machine.
drum machine. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, this guy.
I like that. That's great.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
from that huge sample pack, I think.
I gave that to you, and now I don't have it on my hard drive anymore.
Do you want it back?
I I need it somehow. I was looking for it the other day. I was like, I guess I like didn't duplicate it on my hard drive. I don't
Oh
know.
shit, so you actually gave it to me as a gift.
Literally I do not have it anymore. So we'll get it
Shit.
some. I'll get it somehow.
Yeah. You'll come back.
Yeah. I'll come back for my drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this folder of like just every drum machine ever that I think a
Yeah.
lot of people have that folder. I got it
Yeah,
from a friend. I think everyone just gets it from a friend.
yeah, my buddy Connor was like, I told him, yeah, Chase gave me this like awesome folder. Check it. I was like, oh yeah, I have the same one.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, yeah. Like everyone has that.
That changed. Well, that drum machine folder like just changed my life because I was doing the bedroom pop thing like in 2015, 2016, and I
Mhm.
couldn't record live drums in my bedroom or like dorm room or whatever. So I relied heavily on those, and I went really in depth. Like I did the history of drum machines, and I wanted to get really true. That's why like on Onion and Provisional Pop Songs, I use like mainly a Linn drum, and like an Oberheim DMX,
Mhm.
and like a 707. I think even like what Arthur Russell is using is like a Dr. Rhythm or something like that, like all those like Roland and Boss things. But that helped
Yeah.
me out so much because I didn't have like a drum machine. I didn't have a drum set to record with
Mhm.
until I worked with you. This is the first time I'm like really using live drums for like a whole album.
Yeah. I mean, I think whatever you got to do to make
Yeah,
drums work on your stuff. We
they're
talked a
so
bit
important.
about the early 70s kind of drum machines. I remember listening to like what's the Band on the Run album has a few of those songs that have
Yeah.
like
But
those
there's
like
definitely like the CR78, like that's a huge one.
mhm.
The Maestro Rhythm King.
Yeah, I think
That
that's what this one is.
that one looks like it's like, one of those organ kind of things. But like, Sly Stone used that one a lot. Oh, I'm obsessed with drum machines. I think that
Yeah.
they are the coolest addition to modern music. I mean, they changed everything.
Mhm. Yeah.
Michael Jackson, like the Thriller 40th year anniversary. I don't know. Have you checked out any of that stuff?
Oh, the stuff that's been where
Yeah,
they're yeah.
where
I've been watching that on Instagram.
it's like Billie Jean original demo, and I just imagine like Quincy Jones just like figuring out how to use a Linn drum and just killing it. And it
Yeah.
sounds like a Prince song because Prince only used Linn drum.
Mhm.
Um, and it's so cool. And then when you get to marry the real with the fake, it's like
Yeah.
how I feel about the acoustic guitar with the electric piano. It's like I love using live cymbals with drum machine snare and kick.
Yeah.
I think that that's a really cool vibe.
Yeah. We didn't do a whole lot of that on this though.
No, the
But
only one is Heart on Fire. I think that didn't use like a.
that's right. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think that's the only
we
one.
used I think we might have just used the kick
Yeah,
from one of those. Yeah.
yeah.
Um but yeah, we'll get there.
Cool. Can we just hear the bass with the
Yeah.
acoustics?
Oh yeah.
The mini moog on that.
I love those pianos.
This sounds like a one take thing for me on piano.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you isolate it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I added a little
Woo!
thing.
Yeah, I
Just
noticed.
yeah. Yeah, we needed I think we were talking about like we needed one thing on the bridge
Definitely. Definitely.
and we just
I
put
did you add that? I didn't know if that was something I recorded that you would just like put in, or did you play that?
I think I had it from when you played the melody into
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
because yeah, the way you'd play the melodies sometimes just on the ace tone organ, just so we'd have
Yeah,
a reference. So I
yeah,
just
because
cut up a
I
piece
didn't
of
record
that.
any vocals at your place. I think
No, I don't.
I only
You didn't
did
even
like
have lyrics.
no, I didn't have lyrics. I made up the lyrics as I was recording them here.
Were they
That's
just
like
an afterthought?
always. Yeah.
That's amazing.
The
They're so
melody
good.
the melody is the most important thing to me. And then the
Yeah.
lyrics, I like it's a really long process of like just saying the melody over and over again, doing a bunch of takes, and then I'm making up vowels and consonants as I'm doing it, and then I'm always listening, and I'm using the very speed thing to like
Mhm.
figure out, I'm always trying to figure out what I'm saying so that it's kind of the most like subconscious, subterranean level of like lyric writing, where I'm just trying to, first thought, best thought. This is the sound that feels the best for me with this melody. So, what word sounds like that vowel or that sound that I was trying to make? And yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't have any of the lyrics. I didn't. This song wasn't even called Tonight when we recorded it.
Yeah, it was called
Promised Land or
Promised
something.
Land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the lyrics are always like very 11th hour for me.
It's so funny because they're so right.
Mm,
Like they're just I think a lot of people's last minute lyrics are not this level. It's amazing.
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
I'm very deliberate in like, I don't want to give too much away. My lyrics can't be too on the nose, but and they have to be like I, yeah,
I
I
think
want
they're
to be very
absolutely
subtle.
perfect for
Thank
this
you.
music. Yeah.
I
It's
appreciate it.
and it's really it's you say just enough and you know it's just enough to say what you want to say, not get in the way of the
Yeah.
melody, but also bring an extra layer of depth into the song. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. I think for a lot of the times my lyrics are like yeah, exactly what you said. I have a hard time with lyrics, and so they're kind of torture for me to come up with. But
oh, me
I
too.
always come up with this. I'm very music oriented. I can say everything with a
Mhm.
melody.
Yeah.
And just growing up playing saxophone, it's like I didn't need words. All I
Mhm.
needed was the yeah. So then the keyboard thing. That's that. Can you just?
Yeah.
It's so sloppy. I love like that. Sounds like I did it in one take, and I was like,
You just sent it to me and we're like, put
good
this in.
enough. Yeah,
Yeah. It was good enough because it just comes in the right spots and
yeah,
yeah, it's perfect. I because also, you know what? I think one thing that's uh the acoustic bass and drums are so constant, especially through the verses.
they're perfect. Yes,
They're just like, you know, it's like
you're.
the bed. And then the piano coming in, sprinkling in like the little things here
Yeah,
and there is just, is just what it needs to give it another point of interest occasionally.
I'm very big on having a sense of humor too with music and like not taking things too seriously. So like that something
Oh
about the
yeah.
piano. The this is like the piano just adds this sort of like whimsical kind of thing. But can you just play the piano like
Oh
solo?
yeah. Just drops out.
Just so imperfect.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Perfectly.
And you leave it out when you didn't feel it, yeah.
perfectly flawed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it adds a human quality to it that
it really does.
I'm always
Because
looking for.
I think we were dangerously close with the drums and the drum machines to get a little too robotic with this one.
Yeah. Oh, I need everything to be like a good balance of like,
Yeah.
technician and artist combined, where like the artist can be, it brings a human quality to it while the
Mhm.
technical side is already, it's taken the technical side takes care of itself with a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff so that I need to like balance it out with a little bit of mistake. I think even in the end in the guitar solos, because I'm not good at guitar. Like
Oh, it's
so like
perfect though.
so I'm figuring out this is very much not one take. Like this is me doing like so many takes. But at the end you can hear like the buzz of the string at the like
Oh
or
yeah.
of the cable at the end. And that's DI. Like that's
Oh
all
yeah.
just like
I I intentionally wanted to leave in all that stuff. There's
yeah.
also one moment in the vocals. I love this.
Nah. When I do that. Nah.
Where is it?
I
Yeah.
I was lost.
Yeah. I was like, do I cut that?
No,
No.
yeah, I'm so glad
No.
I'm so glad we didn't even need to have a conversation about
We
that.
didn't even yeah, we didn't even have a conversation about it.
Yeah, no. This
It was
meeting
just
will
like,
end in 10 minutes.
okay.
Upgrade now. So yeah, 10 minutes. Um,
We'll get through this song and then we'll
sick,
start a new one for the
sick.
next one.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, the well, what are the harmonies I'm doing on the vocals?
yeah, let's see.
I double tracked pretty much
You
everything.
double tracked everything.
Today. So tonight, say goodbye to times you've ever been afraid. I heard you lost your way.
Hmm.
So tonight,
Oh man. That yeah, that's
That's cool.
you know, looking at this, like you can see how few edits I've made. Like,
Yeah.
and also, you know what's hilarious? Look, if you look right here, I put nothing on any of them. The
Really?
only thing I did, I put it
On the
I did stuff to the vocal bus.
wow.
I didn't touch anything else
That's great.
individually on this one.
That's
There are a few that I EQ'd before. But this was not one of them.
But even so, you're compressing them through the bus, like through
Yeah,
all of them together.
all of them together.
You're not
Yeah.
compressing them individually. That's interesting. That's something
Yeah.
I would just do. It's just
Yeah.
compress all of them individually.
Well, the thing is, when you sent it to me, and I just put them in the sessions, I was like, I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I don't think like we talked about this too. Like
Mm.
we were saying, like we don't think these need these don't need drastically crazy mixes.
No, not at
And
all.
yeah, and I remember a few of the first passes I did. I think I threw on some reverbs and delays and stuff like that, but it just wasn't the right. This wasn't right for these songs.
Yeah, in my head, but it's the same thing of like, the artist wants it dry, and
Right.
it's like, but it's like, well,
It's not like there's not
yeah,
no reverb on it. Yeah, like you can even hear it.
it will feel more dry, but it's not going to be completely dry because wouldn't
Yeah.
that would sound it stands out. It doesn't sound as smooth as
Hmm. Yeah, like this is still, there's still
sing out,
like we can
oh
hear
yeah.
that trail of reverb.
sing out.
Can you just play my la
Yeah.
la las?
La 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 la
This was
Yeah.
very like Beach Boys. I was listening to a lot of
Yeah, where are they? Sorry.
I was listening to a
Oh,
bunch
there
of
they are.
there they are. Like Brian Wilson kind of stuff. Smile.
La 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 la.
Just not perfect at
La
all.
la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Tonight.
It's amazing.
Can you play all the vocals and take off the very speed just to like
Yeah.
because this is what it sounds like with very speed on. So now
Let's see. Well, here's the thing. You recorded this. Okay, let's see. We're at plus 0.5%. Okay. And I think you tracked this.
oh god.
Okay, hang on.
We don't have to do it.
No. Hang on. We got this. Just remember 0.5%.
0.05.
Sorry, 0.05%. So
Yeah.
okay. -1. This is where we tracked it.
Okay.
Ring out, sing out. I wanna hold your hand. La la la, la 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 la. Let this promised land tonight. At the end, you'll find you won't.
Yeah.
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 That's funny. It feels so much better, a little brighter, faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's originally how we did the rhythm sections.
Yeah.
I'm happy we like still feels good.
It does feel good. Yeah.
But I think very speeding it puts it in there like pop, like it's more poppy when. And I think you showed me that was the difference of just speeding up it a little bit. It makes it more accessible or more poppy, more whatever.
Yeah, just like
energetic. It adds an energy to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah. Oh man, I love this song so much. I think we were talking about this a little earlier, but there are really only like in parts of the song, it's really only vocals, bass, drums, and acoustic.
Yep.
And I think what we were talking about things that are kind of like holding the fort down. I think the other thing that really drives the song that's actually playing around more is also the bass and the piano.
You're right. The bass is doing a lot of fun stuff.
I think the bass is doing like probably the most through at least throughout like the most consistently.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I like this chord progression is fun too because it has that rise, like it goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. It rises and then it falls, and I think like that's accented nicely in the bass. Just it's like it's dancing around the changes, which is really nice. It adds an energy to it.
Yeah, and I think this is also one of my favorite tones I've ever gotten for my.
What bass are you playing?
You know what? I think this is the P bass.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the Hofner. This is the P bass, and I think it's through the little amp, the Silvertone.
Yeah, and you use a pick, right?
Use a pick, and it's only the amp. Like I think it's. And you can hear the little amp just.
Yeah, it's not a bass amp, right?
No, it's a Silvertone 10-watt guitar amp.
Did you add the lower frequencies after the fact, or how does
That's
that
a good
work?
question. You know what? Let's hear it without anything. Nope.
Wow, that little amp can do a lot. I mean, just the playing too. I mean, you're just such a good bass
Oh man.
player.
This was like
And
this was
you
one of
know
the
it. You know you're good at
this was just a really this was a really fun. I was just channeling McCartney. This
Yeah.
was so much fun.
Oh yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
this was like I think it was this was like you know that song Miss Vanderbilt?
Yeah, of course.
That bass line
Crazy.
like doom 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 doom. Like
Amazing.
and it's like it's also the loudest thing in the mix
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
that one. It's just like I was like
Amazing.
we need this.
Oh, okay. We have a minute left. Can we do the
Yeah.
guitars
The
really quick?
electrics?
Yeah. This was like my like R. Stevie Moore, like, outsider. And then I have the mode too. Yeah. Yeah. Love it.
With a little buzz at the end.
Love it. All right. That's a perfect place to stop. All right. Next song.
Okay,